All right, in this video, we are going to sketch these polynomial functions here that are in factored form. We're going to sketch them by finding the x and the y-intercepts. So let's take a look at the first question over here. I have a common factor of x, so that gives me an x-intercept of 0. And if I ever have an x-intercept of 0, I also have a y-intercept of 0, so don't need to find the y-intercept here. Then x minus 1 squared, that gives me an x-intercept at positive 1. And since it's squared, that's going to bounce off the axis over there when I pass through that point. So now looking at this overall function over here, I have 2x times x squared, which is 2x cubed. So this is a positive odd degree function. Positive odd degree functions start on the bottom. This x-intercept here is just a regular one, and this x-intercept is squared, so I'm going to bounce off the axis over there. And once I draw my graph, I'll label any important points. That's just 1. So that's basically a sketch of that with the x and y-intercept over there, and then another x-intercept over there. Let's take a look at the second question over here. Over here in our question, we have two x-intercepts again, positive 1 and negative 2. This is negative x squared times x squared. X squared times x squared is x4. So my largest term is negative x4. So this is a negative even degree function. And I can calculate the y-intercept as well, but let me draw the graph first since it's a sketch. So a negative even function will start at the bottom, will end at the bottom, and since both brackets are squared, we're bouncing off both x-intercepts. It's going to go like this, and like that. This is negative 2, this is positive 1, and now I can find the y-intercept here. You can either find the y-intercept by subbing 0 in your calculator for the x's, or you can just do negative times negative 1 squared times 2 squared, basically all the constants multiplied by each other. Do it whichever way you're more comfortable with. The easier way is just sub in 0 for the x's and put that in your calculator. And I just get a negative 4 for this y-intercept here. Let's try the third question over here. So in the third question, again, we have a common factor of 0 of x cubed. So that's an intercept of 0 over here. And over here, I have an intercept of negative 1. If I multiply my x terms, I have negative x cubed times x, which is negative x to the power of 4. So this is a negative even degree function, which means it starts on the bottom, ends on the bottom. This is just a regular intercept, so I'm going to pass through it. And then this intercept over here is cubed, which means it's going to be an inflection point when I pass through it. This is negative x cubed. So it's going to look like that, the slight curve basically. It's basically an inflection point right there. Y-intercept is also 0 for this one because it passes through the origin. Let's take a look at the fourth one. X-intercept of negative 2 and positive 1. The function is x times x cubed, which is positive. So this is a positive even function. That's just a regular one. So a positive even function starts at the top, going to pass through that intercept over there. And then this one is cubed, so it's going to be an inflection point basically. The graph is going to look like that, and then I can find the y-intercept by subbing in x as 0, I get this to be just negative 2. And last one over here, we have x-intercept of negative 1, x-intercept of positive 2. This is negative 2 times x squared times x cubed. That's negative 2x5. So this is a negative odd degree function. Negative odd degree functions start at the top. I'm going to start at the top here. This intercept is squared, so I'm going to bounce off this one. And this one is cubed, which means it's going to be an inflection point over there. And we're just going to go towards the bottom. You can find the y-intercept again by doing negative 2 times 1 squared times negative 2 cubed. Just positive 16. If you made it to the end of this video and you found this content helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.